Hello, everyone, and welcome to some breaking news audio here on the YouTube channel. As you know by now, it is official at Marigold Grand Destiny 2025. It will be Mayu Iwatani versus IYO SKY for the first time since 2018, a match of true destiny, the dream destiny, as it's being called. This is such important breaking news. I'm not going to do it alone. I'm welcoming Dylan and Xavi to join me for this recording to talk about the news, the reveal that this match is official for the show. Io laid down the challenge and she asked Mayu Iwatani, let's show the world what our professional wrestling is all about. So, yeah, I'm emotional. I'm happy to have my two friends here to talk about it. So, guys, welcome and just give me your off the cuff reaction to the news.
I'll let Dylan go first on this one.
Oh, I was about to let you go first. Oh yeah, crazy stuff here, man. Like I don't know what, like the thing with EO is that it's like we've known since the Utami match immediately after Rossi was like, yeah, EO wants to keep doing this every year. So we've known that like oh maybe, but then it's like that leaves your mind for a while. It leaves your mind when she becomes world champion. Leaves your mind when she almost becomes world champion for a second time a week ago. Like it just kind of is like, oh, I don't know if they're going to be able to swing that, even though it's obvious what we're going for here, and this was always going to be the match. Frankly, I mean, Io and Mayu, beyond just being very close friends, are one of the greatest rivalries of a generation for Joshi wrestling.
Mhm.
So to run it back now, when both are arguably better than they ever were during their rivalry against one another, at least in certain ways, you can make arguments for each of them,
Mhm.
having stronger points maybe 10 years ago, but they're both at such a refined point in their career that this match is so insane to be actually happening. Um, it's awesome. It's awesome. Like there's nothing else to say. I'm like amazed that it's actually happening. Like this match graphic is insane that we're looking at it. And it's not a fake one. It's not a fake one that you get tricked by on Twitter. This is real.
Yeah, Xavi, how you feeling?
I I don't want to say I'm at a loss for words because we kind of just been. It feels like we've all been expecting this. We've all been speculating this, just from basically from since EO competed at Summer Destiny last year. Because I think everybody can admit if she could have, Mayu Iwatani would have been here at the company's launch, and I don't think it was ever in doubt if she was going to make her way over to Marigold, which she inevitably did. And it's like as soon as that press conference happened, we just all kind of looked toward Ryogoku and went, it's here, isn't it? 'Cause, especially if you take into consideration, like Dylan said, Rossi, you're like, hey, EO's already told me what she wants to do next year, and we are. I can say that we're probably correct to assume that this is what she wanted the whole time. Um, just just the real stuff. Just what a time to be alive, especially in the realm of Joshi. Like this is obviously one of the best pairings of all time, one of the greatest tag teams ever. Um, Obviously two very close friends. A match that we didn't really have any timetable as far as consideration when we'll ever see it again. Now it's just happening. Um, it's incredible. I'm happy for not just Marigold to get this big match, but just I'm happy for both Mayu and EO to get to have this match at these respective stages of their careers. Like Dylan said, I don't want to say it's fully incorrect to say they are the best they've ever been. Obviously, from an in ring output, EO's had better years, but I think the thing about EO is I feel like she's more complete of a performer than she ever was. It's just that she doesn't necessarily have to showcase her full ability on a weekly WWE TV setting. We saw last year with Utami where it not only felt like she never left as far as what she could do in the ring, it just felt like that she was so crisp, so pristine in what she did in the ring that Utami had a good performance, and it still was just like, man, it was hard for her to hang with Io. Io was just so good. This is just mind blowing. Obviously, Io's representing WWE now, and it was already crazy last year when she came, but just this year, given the circumstances, all we knew about this show was the 2 matches that were set up on the Korakuen at the GP finals, and then Rossi teased, hey, got something big coming up, and then they just dropped the video. And we're sitting here looking at the graphic, and it just still doesn't feel real, if that makes sense.
On a random Friday too. The pressers in like 2 weeks. We were not expecting this, 24 hours ago.
And the best part about this isn't like something we're gonna have to sit on our hands about for a long time. This is legitimately 1 month to the day away.
Yep. Yeah.
I let you guys talk. I'm gonna go now. You guys want analytical. I'm not going analytical. I'm not watching Joshi without these 2. Plain and simple. Io brought me in. Mayu kept me around. That's as simple as it gets for me. And the fact that I am going to now live to see these 2 go one-on-one in the prime of their careers, it's surreal to me. And not only the prime of their careers, but in Ryogoku Sumo Hall, in the middle of the ring, it's as big as it gets. This promotion, Marigold, people say whatever they want to say about it. This match alone makes its entire existence 1,000% worth it. And obviously, I come on here many times and I talk about how much I enjoy Marigold and the youth and all these things. But sometimes it's just got to be about the old days. And these 2 facing off all these years later, they always said one day we will share that ring again. And here they are. Match announced, match official. It's locked in. It's just surreal to me. It's everything I love about pro wrestling in a single match. I said this to you guys when it was announced. So about 20 minutes ago. Yeah. I'm good after this. This is all I can ever ask for. I'm good. I don't need anything else. Anything else is a very generous offer from anyone, because here's the thing.
I was going to say I made
I'm
my
always
pitch.
more.
I made my pitch to you the other night. What I need.
but here's the thing, right? Once upon a time, if you followed me for a decent amount of time, I said, if I ever get Mayu Iwatani versus Mercedes Moné, at the time Sasha Banks, I can retire. And then I was like, there's something else. There's something else out there for me.
That itch has not been scratched quite yet.
And the something else was Mayu versus Sari, which I then got. And I said,
there's something else.
There's one more.
You would think they were booking for Scott E specifically.
The true dream destiny of these 2, Mayu Iwatani, Io Shirai, Thunder Rock, sharing the ring one more time, face to face. That's the ultimate. That's the ultimate dream, because it truly felt like the only way that was ever going to happen is if Io left WWE. Instead, she is still in WWE. Not only is she still in WWE, she is one of the most popular wrestlers in the entire company now.
She won a world title match at WrestleMania this year. She just was in a world title match.
She sure did. Yeah, don't shout out to WWE for giving me heart attacks just because of the teasing and the possibility of this happening, and then a world title match happens. Just like last year when she was in Money in the Bank. Thanks for that.
That was great. Yeah.
There's just something truly unbelievable about looking at this graphic, looking at this match, and just thinking about the memories of just her walking out there last year to face Utami. That was in many ways as good as it got. Like the return, the reveal, Utami and Io just going out there and putting on a show. And I have said this many times on other recordings. I feel like that return to Japan, while Io was fantastic, gave her an extra bit of confidence for when she walked back into WWE to become the absolute undeniable superstar that she is right now. And I think that is a interesting topic point, because if you remember last year after the Utami match, so many WWE fans were like, what? Why doesn't Io do that? And it's like, Io explained it. I do different things in Japan. It's different.
Yeah.
But she's had the best in-ring portion of her WWE career since then.
Yeah.
And it's just a case of truly something incredible happening. And people are going to have the lame debate at one point, sometime during this, of like, who should win. It doesn't matter. These two have traded wins so many times in their careers, right? Last time, what?
Let's go 60.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Let it never end. Like, these two had one of the greatest trilogies in the history of professional wrestling, with other matches sprinkled in. But when it comes to the main three matches, right? And it, of course, ended with Mayu winning the double titles and everything like that. So I could not care less who won this match. I am just going to be sitting there as grateful as ever to be seeing it in real time, to be seeing the wrestler I consider the greatest of all time and the wrestler that's right next to her in that conversation. For me, just watching Io and appreciating what she's done, it's incredible. And just thinking what Mayu's done this year, I think this is the other topic point that I kind of want to bring to you too. Let's just think about Mayu's year, right? She obviously starts at Wrestle Kingdom in the Tokyo Dome.
Great match.
Wrestling Azumi,
Great match.
the IWGP World title. Should have been for the world title at that point. I mean, that was
I mean, it was the best IWGP title match on that card.
Yeah, so. Right. They absolutely crush it, right? Then she has the incredible farewell match with Shirai and leaves Stardom. She walks into Marigold, has that incredible match with Nanae Takahashi. She wins the Superfly belt from Victoria Yuzuki. They have the incredible rematch in the Dream Star, and her and Tommy. Yep, her and Tommy reignite their rivalry. So many different things. And to think that we live in a reality right now where her next two major opponents after Suri Yamioka, let's pay some respect to the young rookie, could be Io and Mio Momino. I mean, guys. This is a year. There was a funny conversation talking about last year from Mayu, how like in ring it could arguably have been her greatest year, because she just locked in and did her
volume
thing.
was insane. Like,
and
it was like literally the entire 5-star was just every single match save for I think one was like just this is the best match of the tournament.
Right.
That's the best match of the tournament.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm just laughing at the fact that I remember last year's 5-star because y'all made me watch it and I was just suffering the entire time, unless it was a Mayu match.
It was Mayu.
Yeah, I was okay, I feel better.
It was. And now you look forward to this year's tournament. She had the best two matches in my book for the Dream Star. And, she's doing things with the Superfly. She's going to have the match with Suri Yamioka and Korakuen Hall. And then she's going to walk into Sumo Hall against Io. It's like a dream type year after a dream type year. Like, whoever and whatever means Mayu continues to raise up the cards is a good thing, obviously.
Yeah.
But the fact that this is the next step is just, again, it's so surreal to me. And Mio has already said she wants next after Sumo Hall. I am on cloud nine. Like, even to me, where I could stop after the Io match, it's like, well, Mio Momino could be right around the corner, so I guess I'll stick around just a little bit longer. But for you both, just looking at Mayu's run these past couple years, even to think she's now bringing that into a match with Io, who, as we've talked about on this very audio, has raised her game to a level that is more reminiscent of her peak Stardom days. It's just got to be about celebrating, right?
I mean, first and foremost, yes. I mean, to come around to your point, discourse about who could possibly win, I don't think it really matters to either one who wins, because I mean, if IYO wins, it's whatever. You get, it's WWE, you know how they get down. But also at the same time, that doesn't necessarily hurt Mayu by
Let's
any
get real
means.
crazy. Put the Superfly on the line. Who said
No, we
we
gotta get rid of the time
oh, that's
limit.
15. That's 15.
Yeah, no, we got.
Never mind.
We can't limit it.
Yeah, but as I was saying, it doesn't hurt Mayu. If anything, I think that strengthens her story as far as in Marigold. She goes in there with IYO, she loses, assuming she beats Seiri, and then she's got Mio around the corner. Maybe her confidence is shook, and then she drops to Mio. Now she's got to find herself a bit to rise back up and start going after other things.
Awesome. I'm all for that.
And then obviously if she just wins, she gets a win over IYO. That's massive. But it's fascinating because I mean a lot of these people are newer to stardom, and I don't want to sound like an old head, but I will, because I mean I was here. But I mean I don't think people remember. I mean I'm sure Dylan does, because I'm pretty sure me and him have had conversations just sitting in a call talking about it one time. There was legit talks on message boards about where Mayu was having those injury issues where they were just all lining up. We legit all thought that because she had spoken about finding a successor, that she was just going to find that successor and she was just going to retire. We didn't know
she beat them all, buddy. Sorry.
Yeah.
She started saying she was training successors in 2018.
Yeah. Like I said, she had all those injuries. So to a lot of us, it just made sense. Okay, she's going to train somebody that's going to succeed her and she's going to ride off into the sunset. And 2025, she's still here and she's arguably the best she's ever been. It's crazy how we got here. And not only that, she's now took on a new challenge of coming to a new promotion. Obviously, she's got connections that brought her there and all that. But for a superstar of her caliber, I mean, we said it before whenever she first joined this company, but for a superstar of her caliber, obviously she had obvious relationships that brought her there and it was going to be the best place for her. But for her to take on that challenge at this stage of her career and go, I know I'm walking into an independent promotion. We're nowhere near the top, but that's okay. I'm patient. Let's just build brick by brick, day by day. I'm okay with that. And it just instantly, you could tell the change in the energy as soon as she signed with the company. Everybody just tried a little bit harder. Everybody that faced her, they wanted to prove themselves a little bit more. It's just that effect that she has. And now she has someone that's going to do that for her. She's going to be across from IYO, and she's really going to, I don't want to say she has to wrestle up to IYO's level by any means, because I mean, Mayu's one of the greatest ever, but she's probably thinking, okay, for the first time in a while, I have to be on my absolute best, and maybe my absolute best isn't enough, and I have to go a notch above that.
Before I let Dylan go, I always like to say my favorite version of Mayu, which we don't get a lot anymore, but it's the reason I love the Nai match, is when she gets to be that underdog once in a while, right? There's no reason for her to be an underdog for most of the time now, but now she faces her sister, right? Her forever tag team partner once again in a match that is just going to be everything. It's going to be the fireworks. It's going to be the biggest. And I just want to say this as a great reminder, timing is everything. If you have a ballot in the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame, IYO is on the ballot. And not only is she on the ballot, she should be getting in as a first ballot Hall of Famer. If you need to be guaranteed right before the ballot timer shuts off, this match is coming at the right time. Whether you need a little bit of draw bump, whether you need in-ring bump for some reason at this point of her career, you're going to get every bit of it. And for Mayu, she's going to keep building up her resume before she makes it on the ballot. So God bless. But Dylan, I'll give it over to you.
First of all, I just wanted to mention that Rossi has tweeted about it, and he sounds like he was literally crying as he was tweeting his message. He's like, "I am overwhelmed with emotion. This is beautiful.
Boy, he better calm down.
This is if you aren't coming to Ryogoku, you're doing something wrong." Like he's
this is what it's all about for him.
He's having a moment.
These are his two daughters.
yeah, these are like his two.
I'm glad you mentioned it because I think we can finally address how stupid some of the things we saw on Twitter being like, oh, wouldn't EO be a little too expensive for this company, buddy?
There's never such thing as too expensive for
Do
you.
you know how many
Yeah.
loans this man would take out? But no, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like obviously, uh, these
Worth every
two,
penny.
these two are, you know, his probably his favorite wrestlers he's ever worked with, dating back to '79.
Mhm.
Save for maybe Mimi Hagiwara, but that's a whole nother story. Um, but the thing about this match is that I mean, it's been such a kind of a poorly kept secret, in the sense that in May when she signed, people were like, "So did you
I mean,
sign
she
because you want
said
to?"
it.
They were like, "Did you sign because you want to face Io?" And she's like,
Yes.
Yeah.
"I mean, I want to face Julia again too."
She said Julia and Kyrie. She
Yeah,
tossed
she's like,
them
"I
in
like
nice.
Yeah.
Kyrie. I like Kyrie. It's been a couple. It's been a couple years since Kyrie,
She pretty much said, "I just
and
faced them. I'm good."
but
Yeah.
yeah, this was just part of it. You know what I mean? This is part of the whole package of what Marigold was promised to be to, you know, the prodigal daughter who finally arrived earlier this year. And EO, I mean, I don't know, like I said, I'm always hungry for more. And so obviously I'm hoping this leads to a year or two down the line, maybe a Thunder Rock reunion, because you know me. But until
Don't move
then, I'm getting
on
ahead of
to the
myself.
future.
I'm getting
Enjoy
ahead of
the
myself. I'm getting
now.
ahead of myself. I like to do that. I get ahead of myself.
That is a
For
good
now,
gentleman. That is a
I
good gentleman.
have 31 days to anticipate this match
Yeah.
and be excited for this match and go rewatch all the other matches that they've had. Go rewatch them versus Team Moon, which is like one of the first matches that like got me into Stardom. Like that match like changed stuff for me. That's how Kagetsu became my favorite wrestler, was because I was like, oh my god, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And these two just have that power in the ring, and
Mhm.
it's super exciting to see them go at it. And like you said, it kind of, it doesn't even, you know, it's not even the climax of Mayu's
It,
great couple years, because she has a match against one of the best of the 2020s in Miyamoto coming up very soon after this.
Miyamoto won't let it not happen. Um,
Thank God.
I I will say this, and people can make fun of me all they want for it. I don't know if like seeing an announcement, especially just like on Twitter or whatever, has made me so happy in pro wrestling. I think many of us, we have our down moments with wrestling overall and
Mhm.
our ups and downs, and I've had many over the past while. But seeing the tweets and EO just say Mayu Iwatani, that's all I had to see, and I was just like, wow, a tear in my eye type moment, truly. And it's just, again, it's why we watch for matches like these, right? And I don't know what the match is going to look like in 2025. I just know my match of the year is set. I really don't need to debate. Hasn't even happened yet. Don't even have to ask me about it. When I put that top 10 match of the year list, just know what's number 1 before it even happens. But truly, it's going to be very special. Don't let anyone try to ruin this for you, because they're wrong. Whatever they say, it's wrong. This is what it's all about. Truly, this is what uh, pro wrestling at its very best can be all about. It's Mayu Iwatani versus IYO Shirai, IYO SKY, whatever you prefer. One more time, all these years later. 2018 was the last time they faced off. That was in a Cinderella tournament match where they went to a 10-minute time limit draw. This was the match graphic, folks. A lot of time has changed, and of course, this wasn't even supposed to happen. EO was supposed to leave a year before that.
Mhm.
So we just kind of got an extra one. But of course, you have the final match of the true trilogy. I recommend to everyone, go watch the trilogy before this match. Get an appreciation for who they were as rivals, who they were as partners, even. I think going out of your way to watch Thunder Rock, like Dylan said, is a very smart choice as well. And get a full appreciation, or reinvigorate yourself and get excited for what you already know is bound to happen with these two, and that's something special because when these two share the ring in history, something special happens. I can't wait to see what masks they don. I can't wait to see the entrance robes and everything that comes with it and the emotions that they share when they go face to face. Everyone kind of started to get the signal. Obviously, when Mayu had brought it up when she changed companies, but even more so when WWE announced their Super Show in Japan, that timing was just perfect again. It was perfectly timed once again, and it seems to all be working out. So the Dream Destiny at Marigold Grand Destiny 2025. I will say this. Good luck to Tommy and Mikuano. They're going to need it.
Oh yeah, man.
Hey, Utami does her best work in the semi-main event. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm just saying. I hope
point,
it's a semi-main event because it's gonna be tough.
That's where
it's gonna be tough to follow these
that's
two.
Where that comes in.
Either way, it's going to be a very special show. For those who are maybe listening to this that don't know what's going on in Marigold, but are like, we need to see Mayu versus Io, which is the correct take, by the way. Utami Hayashishita will defend the Marigold World Championship against Miku Ano, who won the Dreamstar Grand Prix. Mai Sakurai will defend the United National title against Victoria Yuzuki. And then throughout the rest of the card, be ready to watch really the future of Joshi wrestling be highlighted. Of obviously Kazuna Tanaka and Shino have teased a match, but that's not official yet. Suriya Miyoka has teased wanting to face an opponent. We'll find that out very, very soon. I think we can circle that one and try to figure that out. But there's other matches to look forward to. There's a lot to look forward to. And I'll just say this, comparing to last year's Sumo Hall show, this is the step up. They said we have built after a year. We are going to step up after a year. Obviously, the news recently of Mariah leaving did hurt a lot of people, and they wanted a lot of questions why and what's next and where does Marigold go. Well, this was a good follow-up, I'd say. Mayu Iwatani versus IYO SKY, Mayu Iwatani versus Io Shirai, whichever floats your boat. Either way, it's the same woman. Shouts out. Yes,
I want to bring up something about. Sorry, I want to bring up something about the top three that is really interesting to me. Is that they the other two matches feature the two wrestlers who arguably are the most inspired by these two wrestlers in the world. Obviously, Utami stylistically isn't like inspired by Io, but from a like an emotional and how she tells her stories in the ring, she is obviously very heavily inspired by Io, and Victoria Yuzuki obviously is incredibly inspired by Mayu Iwatani. They create sister tag in the same way that these two create sister tag, and I think that's like I think the top three kind of creates like this vision of a certain group of wrestlers that I think is really interesting to me. That's not even bringing up Mai Sakurai and Miku, who bring a completely different, style and just like backstory to the top three. I really like seeing specifically Yuzuki, Utami, and Mayu and Io all in the top three because it does feel like you have these two world class wrestlers who will probably be geeking out watching this match. Between their big matches.
To build on your idea a little bit, and obviously it's not the same stylistically or dynamic wise because neither one are heel, but I mean, even my Sakurai and Miku Ano, you can kind of compare them to being like the likes of Kagetsu back in Mayu and Io's time in Stardom, where they still had those veterans up there to oppose both of them at the top of the card. It's similar fashion for both Yuzuki and Utami, even though Miku, I think on a technicality, her and Utami's like same time as a pro wrestler, and Mai's a little bit, less than that, but same idea that they're older wrestlers to oppose them. So I like where you were going with that. It's a good idea.
Yeah, Dylan, I appreciate you trying to bring the others into this because I think that's important too. Of this audio is hyping up the rest of the card. What people, there's going to be a lot of first time viewers watching this match, watching this show for this match, and hopefully Maybe they walk away with some new favorites along the way. But
And not even
like I
that.
said,
There might be, we've heard about it all the time in Joshi, and a lot of it came from some of the rookies in this company. There might be some women out in the crowd watching this and go, hey, I want to wrestle for Marigold if that's what they're doing.
Yeah. There will be wrestlers inspired by this match. There will be wrestlers inspired by the show. Like Dylan said, literally that will be preparing to wrestle on the show or have already wrestled on the show. They will be watching full eyes on the TVs, or maybe they'll make their ways out to the ring, want to be ringside, whatever it may be. It's going to be very special. It's going to be everything that Joshi wrestling is at its very best. It's going to be everything that pro wrestling is at its very best. It is Thunder Rock colliding once again. The Dream Destiny, Grand Destiny, 2025. Lots of destiny, but as Rossi said, it's all about destiny. That's what this is. So I cannot wait. But that's it from this breaking news audio. Thank you to both Xavi and Dylan for joining me. Before we get out of here, I'll let you guys both give a little bit of plugs, and then we will go. Dylan, go right ahead.
Yeah, Stardom Quest Gold every single Wednesday. We obviously released an episode just yesterday as we're recording this, so a little bit outdated, given this is the biggest news you could possibly ask for, and it's coming out a day after. It's a bit upsetting for me, but still, go check it out. Me and Alex will dissect every little minute thing about what this means and all of that good jazz next Wednesday. And follow me on Twitter at XXIchiben, number 21 on the mic, number 1 in your heart. And yeah, get at me.
Xavi.
As for me, I'm actually Starters First podcast. Check us out. Do a lot of stuff over there. Me and Beth record a lot, and then also have the Gone Pro series on there, which I need to plug tomorrow. But tomorrow, me and Beth will be recording, and we will be talking about this match again. So, well, I'll be talking about this match again just to hear her thoughts and everything, just to get her perspective on things, because she's from the same fandom as far as that era of Stardom as me. So that'll be fun. And also follow me on Twitter, Xaviism. 3 eyes, and then go to my link tree, go to my Substack, and check out the entire N1 Victory series. Okay, thank you.
Thank you to both of you. I don't have much places to plug. The YouTube channel, which you are on to listen to this very audio. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Make sure you press like. Give me a comment. How are you feeling about this match? How excited are you for this match? And you know what? I'll add a question in there. Do you think it should be the main event of Grand Destiny 2025? And otherwise, you can go check out the show review for Sendai Girls, the big show in Sendai 2025, featuring the great main event between Mika Iwata and Chiro Hashimoto. That's up on the YouTube channel now. Otherwise, that's it from me. That's it from Xavi. That's it from Dylan. You can also check out the podcast feed over on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. They'll have all our reviews and everything moving forward from this channel. So check that out. On Saturday, I'll be back with a Stardom Korakuen review, at least for the main event. I don't know how much of the show I'll actually review, but that will be up. And I have some Thunder Rock ideas, so keep an eye out for that as well.
Ooh.
All right. So long, everyone. Peace out. Bye-bye.